Holding the bow. Okay, so this is the hardest part of learning the violin. When you are first starting out, holding the bow completely sucks. So I totally emphasize when I do it in my left hand, I feel your pain because my muscles aren't trained to do it. So get a Sharpie or a pen, and I want you to draw on yourself. So we're going back to kindergarten here. And I want you to draw a dot that you can see on the very tip of your pinky. Okay, and then do the same thing on your thumb, and this is going to be your right hand. So those are the two very important fingers for the bow. And what we want to do with the pinky and the thumb is have them bent, okay? When those fingers get locked out, then you're going to get a very stiff sound. And, a lot of the squeakiness and the crunchiness comes from not having flexible fingers. There's a lot of other things that happen to make a screech or a crunch, but start with trying to get those fingers bent. So the thumb knuckle looks like this, and the pinky needs to look like a curve, like it's just a waterfall of a finger, and these fingers need to be flexible. When I'm doing a lot of bowing, this kind of jellyfish thing is happening when I play, and so you want to be able to do that eventually with your bow. So make sure that when you're just starting out, you have those fingers curved and not locked up. Okay, so I always say start in your right hand in the relaxed position. So the tip, I'm pointing the tip away from me to my right, and I see the frog, this part of the bow here. That's a German word for where you hold the bow. The frog is right in front of me. So you should have a rubber thumb pad. That's where your thumb goes. Your thumb doesn't go in this little space. That's very uncomfortable. And it doesn't go right here. This is the ferrule. And it doesn't go in the ferrule. It just goes simply on the edge of this thumb pad. So I'm going to put my thumb here, and I don't want to see the dot. This is wrong. So if you see your dot, you need to stand your thumb up more. So I have my thumb, and you can see the fingernail here, and the thumb is bent into the hair. And if you look at my bow, you can see the oils from my finger have rubbed off onto the hair. That's the only place I touch my bow. Okay, so thumb is bent, and it's totally awkward, and it feels like you're going to drop it, then you're doing it right. So this is not the right way. We don't want a banana thumb. We want to bend the thumb the other way. It's supposed to be awkward. Then put your other fingers completely relaxed. Sometimes it helps to shake out your hand because we tend to be tense. So we've got my thumb, and then you put your other fingers where they would normally feel like they want to go. Look at my thumb. It's straight up. Okay, now we're going to put the pinky exactly on top. So I'm hiding the dot here on the tiptoe, which curves my pinky. And then I'm going to put spaces in all of my fingers. Okay, so the biggest space is right here. The higher up you go with this finger, the louder your sound is going to be. Make sure this finger isn't hooked around. Okay, so you want spaces here, evenly spaced. Now, when you flip it over, you'll feel all the weight go into your pinky, and your pinky might want to fall off or straighten. Okay, so we don't use our pinkies a lot. If you're not a musician, it's the weakest finger. So we have to strengthen our pinky. So this is a great exercise for practicing strengthening your pinky. If you can do these windshield wipers like 30 times a day without having your hand fall off like this, then you're going to be good for holding the bow. So you can see everything is bent, and then a more advanced thing that I can do is straighten and curve my fingers. You're not going to be able to do that in the beginning, but we just want to set up in the curved position, okay? So these two fingers, make sure they're not on top, otherwise they're trying to help pinky stabilize. Bring them down over the frog. First finger just laying here like a lazy finger just laying on the bow. It's laying in the sun, thumb is bent, pinky's curved. Okay, good luck with that.